Welcome back to the table. We're going to do the leaving the planet. Each group member returns their section cards. Of course, I'm not going to put them completely into the box. I'm just going to collate them. And that's, of course, something that has to be sorted out later. I do like the section cards. They do add a nice element to your decision making. So, still well done there. Return all equipment cards from the planet to the lander. I'm actually going to leave them with the crew because these are section-specific equipment cards, and I know we bring these every mission. It's not like I have other equipment to choose to bring other than maybe the med kits, so I'm not too worried about that. I am going to start cleaning up the injury dice, but of course you have to leave the injuries. Return POI cards with the X. So that's this one right here. So P001 is getting returned, but everything else stays. And for now, I'm going to leave it there because I don't think... Sorry, I can't talk and chew gum at the same time. Unless I'm going to a different planet, I don't need to save this planet. But I think this is where we're finally getting to the point where I would have to write down each sector. And, you know, this sector, for example, gets P075. This sector gets P168. So I can recreate where we are, because that's our situation, right? This, of course, is going to be discarded. Mission 34. And we would have to get a different mission when we landed, or when we land in the future. So it's starting to get, you know, now that we've found that creature, I think there's going to be a mission, like we have a secondary objective in our bridge to come and kill this creature or do something to it. So that's going to be interesting too. Alright, so mission returned. Back to the box. Sorry it takes so long. Okay, return any threat cards with that icon. And I don't need to do that either because this threat card is the real deal. He does not have that icon on him. So he's the real deal. So I'm going to leave that threat card right there. And then we keep going. Return any optional missions. Return all lead tokens. Return all turn tokens. That's just cleaning up basic stuff. Let's get the lead tokens back in the bag. We definitely didn't level up to rank 3, which, we'll have to do that some other time. Return all global condition cards. Yep. This one goes back. Because by the time we land again, that volcano will have exploded. And then I guess we're just dealing with the aftermath. Okay, component check. The planet board with all revealed POI cards, non-optional missions, unclaimed unique discoveries, and threats. They should be still on the table. The discovery decks, event decks, and injury cards. Let's see, crew members. The lander board with its mods. It's basically just saying that we need to just make sure that those components are still in place, and they are. So now we're going to go to the docking. If there's at least one mission on the planet board, and there's a mission failed on the lander, start at step 1. We did not fail. We have to discard our excess discoveries. So this is the part we were talking about. We can only bring 5 back. We got 2 unique discoveries. So next time we land on this planet, there won't be any more unique discoveries. So what I'm going to get rid of is the microorganism, which is the living mineral. So we're going to get rid of that. That is a microorganism discovery. I just got to shuffle them back in. And we're going to bring back everything else, because I definitely need the mineral discovery, I believe, to finish our... you know what? And I'm going to look at our research section before I make that decision, because why not? And in the research section, you can see here, right there, look at that. We need a microorganism discovery. So I should not have discarded that. I'm going to discard our strange flora, I think. So we had the living mineral. I think I should discard the strange flora, which I know I spent all this time to get, right? But you can see here, I need a microorganism, I need a mineral discovery here, and I need a mineral and an alien tech there. So we're going to bring back a mineral and a microorganism, and I'm going to put the strange flora back. So even though we don't have any strange flora, and I was thinking we should bring one back, that's not what we need at the time. Our research project needs this. So that's part of the I think what you need to plan is, let's bring back what we need. So now I got the minerals to do all these. So this science action is going to be a pretty good one. Let's get back to our docking here. Assemble available crew members. All crew members from the resting crew are now in our hands. So that means all of these guys come back. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4 crew members right now. And we don't have every section. Yes, we do. We have all 4 sections represented with these crew members, so that's good. Let's see. Then we go to debriefing. So here we can have an instructor, rank 2. If the rank up card was flipped, each crew member who was on the away team check to see if they meet the criteria, which we did, but we don't have a number of success tokens. So they did not. So yeah. Create the success pool. So all those tokens now are going to go in our pool. And then we buy or sell. So here's my question. That's the number of success tokens. Is it on the lander or is it total? I'm going to say that it had to be on the mission. So so now we take all the success tokens from the lander and any success tokens from the bag and add it to the success pool. So here, each crew member who was on the away team and is still alive checks to see if they meet the criteria shown on the rank up, a number of success tokens based on their current rank. I'm actually going to look this up. I think this is important because if you count the success tokens in our bag, we have enough. Okay, I don't see anything in the rules, and the Board Game Geek discussion about rank up specifically says you need to have that many success tokens, which helped, but it doesn't say that they needed to be collected during the exploration or if you can count what's in your bag. Now, I did find a developer note on ISSVanguard.com, so it's the official, publisher website, and they had in their notes, and we're talking back in 2021, that the intention of this was that you had to get that many success tokens during your mission. Now, it's ancient because the success tokens don't even look like this. There was 1s, 3s, and 5s, so you could tell that they were still designing the game back then, but it's in their their little diary log. So I'm going to assume you needed to collect 6 during the mission to be able to get to rank 3, which I guess there's no reason not to be okay with that because this was our third mission, and to get our guys already to rank 3, I mean that's the top rank in the game. So I'm okay. We don't need to be diehard tryhards, right? But it is something I did want to understand. Now, with that said, we're going to gain 5 success tokens. They're going to go in our bag here. I'm just going to grab them real quick. And we have 2 more that's in our bag. So that puts us to 7. We could technically buy more dice. I don't know how much I want to buy dice at the moment, but that will put us to 7. And right now is the time we have to decide. 7 dice does buy us another die. We are allowed to do so. Or 7 tokens, I mean. Gets us another die. That would put us to 8 total dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're at 7 now. So that still means that whenever we get supplies, we would gain 4 dice. So it doesn't help us to gain... I'm just wondering, because it's going to spend every token I have, and I'm wondering if there's value in holding on to these tokens. Because sometimes you run into a situation where you have to spend a success token. I'm going to hold on to them. So we're gonna hold on to 7 success tokens. We're not going to buy dice this time. So now we go to unloading. And here we go. So we get to put our unique discoveries in. And we're going to complete a row. So here we go. Number 4 is going in here. It says when you... Okay, that's... Yeah, when you gain the card. So number 4 goes in. And then this one here is number 6. So we put this one in the 6th spot, which is here. All right, so we just filled one row, and it says here, move card B11, Hall of Trophies from the bridge upgrades to the awaiting envelope. So I just got to go grab B11. B electric. B electric. All right, so that goes in our awaiting. I'll just throw that in. We'll look at it later. Oh no, we're going to look at it now. Look at this. Whenever you have 3 or fewer success tokens at the start of the bridge step, add 1 to your success pool. So we should buy dice. I know technically you should have known this was coming, but yeah, we'll let it go. We should have bought the dice. Because then we would have had 0, and then that would have given us 1. Okay, so unload the unique discoveries. Gain bonus bridge upgrades. That's what we just did. And then we unload other discoveries. So we resolve the when unloaded effect of any on the lander. Or in the found discovery slot of the planet board. Then move these cards to gather discovery. So yeah, these cards are going to gather discovery, which I guess is supposed to be its own little section. I've been putting them in the bag. So when unloaded, you may discard this to draw a random, and I'm not going to. So we're just going to keep them, and I'm just going to throw them in the awaiting bag. That's not what it technically says to do, but that's what we're going to do. All right, let's see. Store the lander. We'll just leave it there. There's nothing to store. Then we go to medbay. So this is the part where it's getting interesting. Install any medbay upgrades. We don't have any. Move any crew members from the away team with no injuries to resting crew. So that would be our engineer. So Cho did not have any injuries. So she's going directly to the resting crew. Then the crew members in the medbay recover. So they all move 1 slot to the right, and I may assign available crew members as therapists to allow them to move 1 additional slot. Any crew members who would move from light injury slot are now fully healed. Add them to the available crew members. And so I got to put the camera down for this. But yeah, we're going to get Zyma. She's going to go into our pool. Evelyn here is now in our pool. Rika is going to move over. And then if we flip this over, Vukajlo, or whatever his name is, also available for us. Okay, now I could assign a crew member to help Rika to get out, because that would mean that the other 4 level 2 people that we have would then be able to stay together, and I think that's a good plan. So we're going to... These were the 3 that were that are all level 2. And I'm going to spend one of our level 1 guys to help. It's just that I don't know which one, because we got to make sure we don't spend somebody who's got a symbol that we need. And this is the part where it gets tricky. So like for example, for the research, we're going to be able to research these two for free, and then this one requires a science and a compass. And we have a compass. We do not have a science symbol. So we're not going to be able to do both. For production, we need actually, we're going to need a shield or a DNA. We don't have that either. So, actually, we do have a DNA if I'm willing to not take the level 2 guys on the next mission. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just spend Gia here, because she is she's one of the recons. So I'm going to spend a recon to save a recon. So that's what we're going to do. So she's going to be a therapist to get her buddy back into the mission. So now we got our level 2 guys all together again. Okay, we're done with them. No, we're not done with the mid bay. Now we got our wounded people. So Rico, this is our security officer. He has a light wound. So he goes in here. Amir, our science officer, also has a light wound. So he goes in there. And then our recon Joppy has 2 wounds. So he's going there. So 3 of our guys are in the med bay. And then we can return the wounded cards. I actually like this med bay concept. It's pretty good. I think they did a pretty decent job with this. This whole ship book in general is, to me, the gem of this. The planet exploration, it gets intense. Fully agree there, but I really enjoy this. This is like satisfying to me. But it's also what lured me to the game, and so it's not disappointing in that regard. Okay, we did that. We don't need to make any survival checks. The medbay is complete. The memorial wall, of course, is complete as well. We don't have any dead people. So then we could go to a save point. I do need to end the video. So I'm only 17 minutes in. So let's just keep going. We're going to go back to the beginning and do the bridge. So that means we got to get our awaiting bag out. And by the way, the objectives for our 4 characters for the personnel files, they did not happen. They were actually fairly difficult to do. So they go back. So I'm going to put those away. All right, so let's get out our awaiting bag. All the goodies coming out. All right, let's sort. We got a research project. We have a bridge upgrade. We got some alien tech. I'm just going to set on the side here. We got a mineral. So we got a lot of, we got some live specimens. We have a microorganism. There's a secondary objective. Here's a rare mineral. We do have a production project, a research project. I'm just going to set them up here. And then here we go. So you're seeing this board here. First thing we do is we install the bridge cards. Take all bridge cards, objective, secondary objective, tech level, out of awaiting, insert them into the appropriate spot. So the tech level stays at 2. The primary objective stays. So find more builder steels in the nearby world. So it says Brimstone, Matchstick, Everstorm, and Atropos. So we technically didn't find one in Brimstone. But we got the secondary objective to topple the Titan. So we have to defeat an aggregator behemoth. So I'm going to slide that one in. So that's now a secondary objective. Then we have a bridge upgrade here, the Hall of Trophies. So we got two of them actually. We got the Advanced Star Map. Reduce the cost of travel to any outbound system by 1 to a minimum of 1. So we're going to put that in. Let's see, that reduces cost of travel. So I will put that. Yeah, it doesn't matter anymore. We're just going to put them in any order here. So obviously the Hall of Trophies isn't triggering because we didn't buy the dice. And I know, let's move the camera back to look at it like this. So that's where we are right now. Okay, so the next thing we do is we check situations. There are none, because remember we resolved that last one. And then we reveal new situations, and we also have to gain our tokens. So, for example, we know that we're gaining 2 command tokens, but we now get a third because we have high morale. So we currently have 2. I got to put the camera down here. Reach across the table. And now we have 3. And then the energy, we get 4 from our tech level. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we get an extra 1 from our improved solar panel, so that makes it 5. So that's what we get for the start of this. Then we have to reveal a new situation. And I'm just trying to remember where I put my situation cards. Oh, here we go. So for the situations, we have all these. If you remember, we drew one last time, but we were able to resolve it. So here's our new situation. Vigilante hackers. Vanguard systems have been breached, but instead of causing malfunctions, mysterious perpetrators improve the efficiency of many systems. Still, people are afraid. Okay, so the effect we could, if we don't do anything about this, it's going to lower morale, which causes us to lose a command token. That's awful. And then shuffle it back into the, so it could keep happening again and again. Or if we solve it, you may assign a crew member to gain 1 command and remove this card from the game. Otherwise, shuffle it back in. So the gain a command thing would let us spend 1 to get 1. So I'm okay with that. We definitely don't want to keep losing morale. That is not a good situation. Sorry, I'm just putting the rest of these back. Okay, so that's our situation. We're going to probably have to spend a command token and a crew member to resolve that, and then we get our command token back. I think that's just a good deal all around. Okay, that is done. Now we go to the star map. And I have it buried underneath other stuff right now. So here we go. We go to the star map. As you know, we are still on Brimstone here. This INF-8, the INF system. And there's a couple of things. It costs 0 to land. And we have our landing scanner thing where we spent 0, as you know. And we know it, we got to do this briefing here where I think we said there was a possibility we'd have to spend another energy. But it costs 0 to land. If we want to go back to Brimstone again, which I think we do. I don't think I'm ready to move on somewhere else. We never found the steel that we're supposed to look for. That's our primary objective. So we got to come back and do this again. We got to take down this behemoth thing, aggregator. So there's still the possibility of spending 2 more of these to get more hints. I don't know if I want more hints. I'm very aware we need DNA. A DNA like mad. That symbol came up all the time the last time we were there. But we're sitting here on a whole bunch of energy. So remember our dilemma of, like I said, we're always behind the 8 ball. I think now it makes sense. We want to do these other ones now. So 81 Inf C costs 3, and we can do log 291. We don't know where that's going to take us. And then this one here costs 2. We can assign 2 crew members to draw 1 mineral discovery and move it to gathered discoveries. So we could spend 5 total to do both of these events. The fourth one looks like it's repeatable again and again. So we could, for example, spend 2, get that mineral discovery, and then here we got 3 more. So there's our 5 energy. And it costs 0 to do the landing, so we're good to go. Now, granted, I'm not going to be able to look at the landing card again, but I'm not worried about it. We already landed once, and we know we need DNA. So, so yeah, I could do the 5, and let's do that. I'm going to spend 5. I'm just going to put it back in the thing because I don't want to reach across the table all the time. But so we're going to gain a mineral discovery, first thing. So we got ultra durable ceramic crust. When unloaded, move production project C09 into awaiting. Then remove this discovery from the game. Oh, so this gets removed from the game. Interesting. I'm just going to throw it up here on the top of my table. And it said C09. So let's grab C09. And the good news is that is going to go over here along with our other production project. So it's called ceramic plating, and then we're going to do log 291.
Engineering report 81INF1C13. The hazardous conditions of 1C required the use of jetpacks to allow users to move precisely and fast. We spent a lot of time and resources preparing the equipment so that it didn't require years of experience to operate, or special training that the recon section receives. We succeeded in this field and constructed a simplified version of a jetpack stuffed with electronics that perform many tasks that the user had to do manually before. That was the only thing we succeeded in. The whole 1C project was a fiasco otherwise, and it brought us nothing but a loss of energy. Oh, and the recon guys decided to stick with their old jetpack design, despite it being clearly harder to use. They complained that when using a more automated version, the feeling just wasn't the same. Whatever that means.
So we ended up getting a new card, E15, a jetpack, and then I may assign a crew member to gain a mineral discovery and place it in the discoveries. So I forgot to spend a crew member for the last discovery that we did. Let me grab the E15 first before I decide what to do. I think the biggest issue is I wanted crew members to push the production along, but I don't know if I have the right symbols to do that. I'm just looking here. One of them needs a wrench. So I can keep the wrench one. Here's E15. So we got ourselves a jetpack, which is identical, in fact, to the jetpack that is used by the recon team, except it doesn't have a section requirement. So, yeah, that's fine. We got a jetpack at least. And then we can gain another mineral discovery. I'm going to do it. So I'm going to spend... I only have 2 people left. I still, I have to keep my 4 for the mission. And I'm just making sure I have 1 from each section. I do. I have 2 left. I'm going to keep the wrench to help us with production. And we're going to spend Sophia Ben here. We're going to spend her to get a mineral discovery. Why not? You can't have too many. So right here, when unloaded, gain 1 success token. So we gain a success token. Another one. So now I really should have bought those dice. Oh, this game cracks me up. That's like a twisted sense of humor karma thing there. Okay, then we hit close. And here we go. Let's keep going. All right, I'm out of energy. We are going to land on Brimstone. That's our decision. We already know what the lander says. There's nothing more to do there. So we're going to go and continue with our adventure. And then we will do the landing later. So we will not do the landing in this video if that's what you're looking for. We're going to just manage our command tokens. So that's going to be, let's see, we did the star map here. We scanned the planet. Then we're going to go to the ship facilities. So this is where we get to do situation room, research, barracks, production. I have 3 command tokens. Oh, I just realized I need to spend 1 person on the situation room. So we're going to do the barracks first. Let's train some crew members. So one of the 3, I'm going to just put it right here. We're going to, actually what I'll do is I'll put our 3 tokens out here and just put this one back in the box. Okay, so we spent one of our 3. Let's do the barracks first, page 16. Because these guys are going to end up able to help me. And I don't have a rank 3 crew member, so I can't train them. But here we go. You can transfer your crew members between sections if you wanted. I am not interested in doing any of that. I'm happy with where everybody is. A rank 2 or 3 would lose a rank. Resting crew members may also be traded. Players may also dismiss any available crew members. Not interested. Train recruits. You may assign 1 or more from rank 3 to promote them. Not interested. Draft new crew members. Take 5 random cards from the recruit tray. Place them face up. If the current morale is high, take 6 instead. Our morale is high. So we're going to get to take 6. Then in order chosen by security, basically we get to sleeve them. And then they get added to our hand. That's the important part, because I have to spend a crew member to get rid of these vigilante hacker thing. See that? You may assign a crew member to gain a command, because I'm going to spend a command to get a command. That's what my logic is. So now I know we have 3 commands, but the thing I want to just point out is I want to do 1, 2, and 3. And this is a 4th. So we're going to go here to get some new crew members. Then one of those new crew members I'm going to get, we're going to spend them for the situation room so I can get that command back so we can do all 4. That's the plan. All right, so let's do 6 crew members here. I have a giant pile of them. And we're going to do a little shuffle. There are a lot of crew members still to choose from. And here we go. I'm going to just put this here. I'm going to cut the deck. And then we're just going to take 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then let's cut the deck again. 5 and 6. Let's see what we got. All right, well, looking at the back first, we got construction, which sounds like an engineer. Biology sounds like a scientist. Science. Gathering, let's say recon. Biology and construction. So let's see what we got here. We got Ib Lowman, blowing bubblegum. Only has 1 charge. When any crew member in your sector would gain an injury, spend a charge to discard it. That is actually quite powerful. These 2. Both of them are wrenches. Spend a charge to assist. Only 1 charge. Spend a charge to refresh all blue. Again, only 1 charge. These 3. Aiden Cunningham. We got a DNA. Spend a charge and roll the danger die and move to a connected sector, ignoring the path icons. Okay, fair enough. A science and a DNA. When another crew member travels from your sector, spend a charge to move with them. Ooh, that's really good. ignoring the path icons. Mindy, please. Camellia. During a dice check, spend a charge to turn one accident into a Vanguard. Okay, these two I am for sure taking. In fact, I'm not only taking them, but these are wonderful characters. Holy cow. To turn that turns your wild dice into something awesome. Now, granted, if I spend a charge to gain the 2 supplies here, then I'm only going to be down to 1 charge, but that's still amazing. So I love this character. I also love this one because being able to do a free travel, that's a free action. So these two are for sure we're taking. I don't know what section I'm going to put them in. I think the one that gets the free travel, I'm not going to put them with like the recon. You know, I don't want them to be recon. They need to be something else besides recon. But these are both amazing. And then it's just a matter of who am I going to pick. I think I'm going to pick this one just because he has 3 charges instead of 1. This one I am not a fan of, so I'm actually going to get rid of her. If I am going to take anybody with a wrench, it's going to be this one. And then, of course, we got another pickaxe one. This is actually really good to be able to prevent injuries. The only problem is that it's just 1 charge. So, I'm going to go start grabbing some rank sleeves. So this is the recon. Here's the science. We need 1 for the engineer and 1 for security. Okay, so I think the science one, I'm going to do this. When one person travels, another person there we go. And I am extremely low on my battery here. So if for any reason this thing stops recording, it's an intentional malfunction because I'm trying to push how long I'm recording here. All right, so this is our new science person. This one, we're going to make them, if I can turn a result into, you know what, I'm going to make her our, she gets to take the accident and turn it into something great. You know who's always by themselves? The recon. So we're going to make her a recon. And then this one here, I'm taking, because the DNA symbol is going to help us for this particular mission. Also, the 3 charges is just nice. And it does allow him to move and ignore things. So if we ever get to a ridiculous map, he might be pretty good. But we're going to make him our security guy. And then we got an engineer, and I think we should just take another wrench. Don't know which one to take, but I think I'm going to take the methodical one. That sounds like a good engineer thing to do. Actually, you know, if I ever get some kind of equipment that gives me more charges, this one, which lets you ignore injury, is powerful. So I am going to do that. I think the new wrench would have been nice, but being able to ignore injury is pretty good. So then these two just get shuffled back in. All right, here's our 4 people. Now they are in our pool, and I'm actually tempted to go on a mission with them because I actually really love these characters, and I would like to get them ranked up. These 3 in particular, and then this one I'm not as keen on, but we can always sort that out. So now I got a lot of characters in the pool, and let me just clean up a few things here. Okay, so that was our barracks action, and now we're going to go do the situation room. And remember, this is where I'm going to spend 1 and then get 1, and we're going to get rid of this card for good. And that's where we spend 1 and get 1, and I got to spend a crew member to do that. So if I'm going to send the new guys on the mission instead of the old guys, then that means I can spend the old guys on cards. I'm just trying to decide who to discard here. I think I'm going to discard A.B. Lohman. The engineer over here is Zyma. Yeah. Zyma's going to go with them. Yeah. EB here is going to go. And that's the one that's going to help us with the situation. So she'll go help us with the situation. Yep. Okay, here we go. We got our 4 guys for the next mission. One of the level 2 guys is actually going to go along with them. I now have them mixed up, but that's sort of how the cookie crumbles. And now we keep going. So let's go to research next. Develop new technologies. That's 8. So here you can see we have 3 of them, and we just got a 4th one now, which requires an alien tech, a microorganism, and a strange flora. So you need a whole bunch here for this one. We don't have all of that. So let's put this in. And what we're going to do, though, is we're going to choose one. We're going to choose the materials, because these are both materials. This one requires a mineral discovery. So we're going to do that one. That's a basic mineral, right? So this one is complete. If I can get it out. I don't want to rip it. That's the thing. Okay. And then this one requires a mineral and an alien tech. I don't want to spend the rare mineral, but we got a whole bunch of regular minerals now. So we'll spend that. And I'm assuming these just get shuffled back into the mineral deck, which I'm going to do right now. And then one of our alien techs over here. Yeah, we'll spend this one. Shuffle that back in. And we complete this one. So 2 research projects completed, 1 added. Now we could do this one. We have a microorganism, but we need a science and a compass, and I don't have those symbols. I do have a science, I don't have the compass. So we're done. But these we flip over and we're going to get the results. And I guess got another battery warning, so I am definitely pushing the limit here. So if the video abruptly ends, you'll know what happened. Okay, so here we go. Exotic carbon allotropes. This was alien materials. So we're going to get a B01 and R08. So another research project. R8 is improved landers. Ooh, kind of like that one, right? But these are going into the awaiting bag. I can't use it now. And then B01, reinforced hull. The Vanguard may now fly to dangerous systems. Okay, that's one of the things we need to be able to do, excuse me. But we're nowhere close to needing to do that yet. Okay, so this one's done. Put this back in the research section. Completed. Okay, this one. This is the scintillating crystal shard. And what happened is we got a production project called Main Ship Armament, C11, and E35. the heavy mining laser. So let's go to E35. All right, I got that. And then we need C11. C11. Main ship armament. All right. Now, yeah, I think a weighting bag means I can pull. Let me check real quick here. Yes. So I'm just going to leave it out because we're going to go do production next. So that one's going to come out. This here, the heavy mining laser, is you spend 2 blue dice. You can place the heavy mining laser in your sector. This counts as an action. When you perform a dice check in a sector with this token, you may use any icon other than the accident or basic as a pickaxe. At the end of your dice check in this sector, refresh all red from your spent pool. Ooh, it's an engineering one, and this is finally a mission equipment thing. So this actually has a miniature. One of the miniatures in the miniature box is for the heavy. All right, this is a good one. We finally got a mission equipment that we can bring along. And mission equipment is different than personal equipment. So that's on the lander, and the lander can take 2. So that's one of the 2 that you can take. And we're done with the research. And then the last thing we want to do is the production. So we're going to gain everything from the weighting bag. So here's our 3 production projects. We're going to gain those. And install production upgrades. There aren't any. These are all projects. And we got to put these in the ready for production slot. So I'm going to leave them out because these are all ready for production. We'll put them in if we're not actually going to produce them. Because the next thing we got to do is progress our current projects. So that's over here. And so we got 2 projects that are going to finish. This is excellent. So we got 1 and 2. Very pleased with this. I'm just going to set these off to the side. And then we come back. We start new projects. Choose any number on the projects page and insert them. And that's why I didn't want to put them in the sleeves because I'm going to be pulling them out already. So we got stage 3. This requires tech level 4. What tech level are we? We're tech level, oh gosh, we're tech level 2. So this one's going to be in here for a while. So let's put this guy in. We can't start this. Not for a good long while. It'll give us some new equipment though. So stage 3, stage 1, and this one's stage 2. We're going to be able to do all 3 of these. So let's go ahead and do that. I got to lift the camera up. Flip over to our queue. So here's a stage 2. It's going to go there. A stage 1 means it's going to take a while to build that. And a stage 3 means it could be done right away. Now the reason I'm not putting them in the sleeve is I have 4 crew members available that can push things along. So I got a wrench here, which doesn't help with any of these. What was I smoking? I thought the wrench was going to help. I got an eyeball and 2 pickaxes. Yeah, I can't do any of these. And by the way, this one, to move it along, you need both of those symbols, not just one. So we got to be mindful of some of these production projects. They're not as easy to push as advertised. Okay, well, I can't push any of these, so I guess we're just going to have to patiently wait for them to finish. So I will put all of them into the same queue, like so. And there we go. We got our production in. So let's reveal what we produced. We just produced heavy mission equipment. So we're going to flip this over. We got to move the following equipment to our thing, and then we have a new production project, C10. I'm going to grab this production project first. C10. And I'm just going to put it in the awaiting bag because we just did the action. Oh crap. I dropped something in the bag I wasn't supposed to. Okay. So that's done. C10. I didn't even check. What does C10 do or say? It is a planet-side outpost. Ooh, that sounds very cool. All right. Then we got a whole bunch of items here. So E6, 7, 9, 10, and 11. So whatever E8 is, we don't get that one. All right. So let's flip these over. Oh, we got all kinds of cool stuff. We got a portable lab for our science officer. Crew members in your sector may assist using any number of cards. It's okay. This is mission equipment. We could spend a die, gain 2 supplies, and return it to the armory. That's good. I like that one. Mining probe. Spend a die, place a mining probe in your sector, counts as an action, and then it progresses anytime the event cards cause a progress. Gain 2 mineral leads, and then reset the track. So it just keeps mining the whole mission. Now what a cool idea. All right, zipline. If you're in a lander sector, place a zipline token in your sector. This counts as an action. Moving to and from the lander sector with the zipline token is free. Oh, that's cool as well. I like all these. Live streaming rig. Other crew members may assist you from other sectors. This is really good because this is the recon, and recon is always alone, or at least the way I play. So I love all of these. These are all amazing. Now I need a lander that lets me carry more equipment than just the crap that I'm carrying. And this was a card well spent. Heavy mission equipment. If we ever do a replay, I definitely want to prioritize that one. And then this one I am also excited about. We just got a new lander, the Pelican. So we're going to get the Pelican lander and then C7 as well. So let's grab C7 quick. C7 is lander facilities. Ooh. All right, this game, like I said, it's starting to blossom now. It's opening up and getting cool. Up until now, it was prescriptive. This is like it's starting to you could just feel it like the flower is just coming up. So now we get the Pelican lander. And that part I am super excited about. I gotta find the Pelican lander. Ranger, Dragonfly. Here we go. There's the Pelican. Okay, so we're going to have to put this in the lander section. I don't remember what page the lander's on, but it does. We do have a hangar. Here. So we got our Space Ranger. Let's compare them. The Space Ranger, as you can see, lets you carry 4 personal equipment and 2 mission equipment. It has 6 supplies, and it can have 1 module and 1 utility. And then, of course, it starts in the middle, and you need 3 progress before it can land, typically. 2 armor, 1 agility, or 2 agility, and 1 signal strength or capability. This Pelican has 0 armor. Oh, that's not as good. 1 signal and 0 agility. So this thing is basically just like a big lump. But you could carry, look at that, you could carry 1 extra personal equipment and 3 mission equipment, and then you get 9 supplies instead of 6. And then 2 utility mods. But it takes a lot longer to land. Oh my gosh, this is that's actually a dilemma of a choice. Which one do you use? Oh, but you could bring back 7 discoveries instead of 5. So I thought the Pelican was going to clearly be an upgraded and it's not. It's not a clear upgrade. It's actually a difficult choice. Okay, we are. Now, technically, that was supposed to go in the awaiting, so I think I jumped ahead of myself here. So after we did page 6, we're out of command tokens. So after we do that, then we go to the hangars, which is the step we're on right now. So we installed our new lander here. And then we have lander mods, which none of those changed. And then we could repair landers, choose a lander, and that's where we're going to pick up next video. I'm going to end it here. My battery is very, very dead. I'm not going to spend any more time deliberating over which lander we're going to do. I have a whole bunch of crew members that were not used, so they were available for us to do extra things, and we didn't do any. But that's okay. And I actually have them picked for the mission, so the extra crew members will just go sit and wait. And thanks for watching. Stay awesome. Dead battery, so it's going to be a few hours before I can continue this playthrough. It is a weekend, so you're seeing me crank out a lot of videos these couple of days. Don't get to do it during a work week as much, but right now I am definitely in crank mode. So hope you're enjoying the series. I'm enjoying playing this. This blows Dungeon Universalis out of the water, and Descent Legends of the Dark. Stars of Icarios is actually not as engaging, but I still like it. It's a great game. Because it's like Gloomhaven in space. I really enjoy Gloomhaven. Enjoy this too. Was it worth the money? I spent a lot of money on this, folks. That's the part that's hard. I spent a lot of money on it. But at the same time, putting aside the components I've complained about, the game is at least living up to. It's weird, but I am strangely enjoying it. So that's where I'm at. Thanks for watching. Stay awesome.